Welcome back everyone to another stream of solving numericals. Uh, we are solving these numericals from R.S. Agarwal. This is the book that is largely used by students who are preparing for various competitive exams, be it the Union Civil Service or the State Civil Service or all the other exams, or any exam that has a component of mathematics to it. You can use this book. This is a very good foundational book. I see a lot of students, they straight away go into difficult questions because I have one student right now. She's making errors. She's making arithmetic errors in algebra while opening the brackets. She's not able to put the correct sign, negative or positive, and she has requested me to directly teach her difficult questions. So as a teacher, I do face a lot of difficulties while handling such students, because students, when they come to learn from you, they don't understand the subject very well. They think that they will memorize a formula, they'll memorize a few tips and tricks, and then they will get good at it. Okay, so let me break one myth to you. Even I was a victim of this myth. We all have some students in our class. They tell us that they did not study and they did not practice, and whatever marks they get, it's just without any preparation. That is absolutely wrong. Okay, there is no scoring good marks without preparation. So if somebody is telling you that they are scoring good marks without preparing, chances are they are lying. All right, then I think yes, I think we should use black. We'll start with black. Okay, so we solved 50 questions so far. Let us move on to the 51st. Let's see what that question has for us. A shopkeeper sells notebooks at the rate of rupees 45 each and earns a commission of 4%. So on each book he earns a commission of 4%. He also sells pencil boxes at the rate of 80 each and earns a commission of 20%. So this is on each pencil box. How much amount of commission will he earn in 2 weeks if he sells 10 notebooks and 6 pencil boxes a day? Earn in 2 weeks, that is 14 days. Okay, so first of all, we must calculate the actual number of goods that he will sell. Okay, so on one day he sells 10 notebooks and 6 pencil box. All right, this is on each day, a day. All right, now I must calculate what is the total number of goods that he will sell on in 2 weeks. So this is day 1. So in 14 days he will sell 140 notebooks. Obviously, if on one day he's selling 10, so on 14 days he will sell 140. Over here we need 14 6 6 4s are 24, 6 1s are 6, 6 plus 2 8. So he's selling 140 notebooks and 84 pens. This much is clear. Okay, a shopkeeper sells notebooks and earns a commission of 4%. Okay, now there are two ways over here. You can I'll do this on each. Okay, on each notebook, let us calculate 4%, that is 4 upon 100, remove this, into 45. This is the commission I think he will earn. Shopkeeper sells notebooks at the rate of 45 each and earns a commission of 4% on each. That should be right. So let us 45 4 5s are 20, 4 4s are 16, 16 plus 2 is 18. Okay, upon 100, so that is 1.8 rupees. So he's earning 1.8 rupees per notebook. So what is the amount he will earn on 140 notebooks? So I'll simply just multiply 140 multiplied by 1.8. This decimal gets cancelled. So all I must do now is 18 multiplied by 14. So that should give me 8 4s are 32, 4 1s are 4, 4 plus 3 7. So that is 2, 7 plus 8, 15. So that is, okay, 352 rupees. All right. So there is very low commission on notebooks, but fine. After selling 140 notebooks, he earns 352 rupees. All right. So now we go on to the pen. Okay. Sorry, pencil. So he's selling 84 pencil. So 80 each, and out of that he's earning 20%. So 20% of 80 is this. So 16 rupees per notebook. So how much will he earn from 84 notebooks? So 84 multiplied by 16 should give me 840. 6 4s are 24. 6 8s are 48. 48 plus 2 is 50. So 4 4 8 plus 5 13. So he's earning 1344 from pencils and 352 from notebooks. Now all I must do is add both of these commissions. So 1344 plus 352. 4 plus 2, 6. 4 plus 5, 9. 3 plus 3, 6. 1696. Have I made an error? Then I think it should be... there is 1956. There is 1596. There is no 1696. Have I made a blunder? A mathematical blunder, if you will. 840, 6 4s are 24, 6 8s are 48, 48 plus 2, 50, 4, 4, 8 plus 5, 13. Okay, 180, 8 4s are 32, 72, 50. Okay, this should be 252. My mistake. 252, so this should be 252, so 1596. All right, so 1596 is the answer. Sometimes, just sometimes, these calculations, they usually take up a lot of your time. So it helps if you are arithmetically strong. Okay, because when you're appearing for these exams, you cannot make calculation errors. You can make conceptual errors, that is fine. That can be forgiven, but making calculation errors, it's a blunder. All right. We move on to the next one. Let me just create some space. I could have just gone ahead and ticked none of these. Okay, but it helps. Always check your always double check your calculations. If you don't see any of the answers from the options and the answers that you have secured is somewhat close. So it always helps if you just... This erasing can be a tedious thing. All right. Now we move on to question number 52. It costs rupees 1 to photocopy a sheet of paper. Okay, so you just need 1 rupee to photocopy. Photocopy is Xerox. Okay, it's the name of the company. However, 2% discount is allowed on all photocopies done after first 1000 sheets. How much will it cost to copy 5000 sheets of paper? It looks simple. Okay, it costs rupee 1. So there are total 5000 sheets of paper that somebody needs photocopied. Now for the first 1000, obviously he's going to pay rupees 1. Because that is what it essentially is the question asking. How much will it cost? So for the first 1000, he's going to pay rupees 1 per photocopy. So he's already paid 1000 rupees. Now for the remaining 4000, okay, focus on the question over from here. However, 2% discount is allowed on all photocopies done after 1000 sheets. So after the first 1000, you are allowed 2% discount is allowed on all photocopies done after. Okay, 2% discount. So I think it should be on each photocopy. So 1 rupee has 100 paise. Okay, 100 paise for 1 photocopy. Now if 2% discount is allowed, that means 98 paise for 1 photocopy after the first 1000. Getting me? So how much will it cost to the next 4000 copies they are going to pay 0.98 rupees per sheet. So all I can simply just do is, just take away this decimal, 0 0 cut. Now I simply just must multiply this. 98 multiplied by 4. 8 4s are 32. 9 4s are 36. 36 plus 3 is 39. Okay, and I must add one more 0. Okay, now the remaining 1,000 rupees, obviously for the first 1,000 copies he's going to pay that much, plus this is 3920. So 0 2 9 4920. So this is option D. Okay, I think look, the questions that are usually bigger, if you look at the questions, you'll be like, oh, it's so big, and how do I manage this? But it's, yeah, let's see. How can I increase the size of this eraser, man? Is there any way can I do this? Oh, no. All right, so now we move on to question number 53. Let's see. A housewife saved 2.50 in buying an item on sale. If she spent rupees 25 for the item, approximately how much percent she saved in the transaction? Okay, I'm getting a call. Okay, so now we focus on question number 53. A housewife, she saves 2.50 in buying an item on sale. Okay, so there is something at sale. People usually enjoy shopping at sales. So she buys something and she saves 2.50 rupees. If she spent 25 for the item, approximately how much percent she saved in the transaction? This is an everyday problem, problem as in the everyday question. Let's see. If she's saving this, okay, and she paid rupees 25, meaning what was the original price? 25 plus 2.5. So that gives us 27.5. This was the original price. Okay. Approximately how much percent did she save? So she saved this much, but what was the percentage of the total amount? So some percentage of this number gives you this number. How do I write that into a mathematical statement? Very simple. X percent of 27.5 should give me 2.5. All right, let us calculate this. X percent, if I want to convert that, I can simply just write X upon 100 multiplied by 27.5 is equal to 2.5. So far so good. So this is upon 10, this is upon 10. Okay, I can simply cut this 10 and 10. I'll rearrange. X is equal to 20. I'll need more space. Let's solve it over here. I can write this X is equal to 25 multiplied by 100 upon 275. Now in the table of 25, obviously we can get 275. 25 tens is 250. So 25 11s should be 275. So that gives us 11 upon 100. I think long division should be enough. 11 9s are 99. 1. So 9 1 upon 11%. I think I'll take B. 53 is B. Let's move on to the next one. There should be some switch over here where we can clear the entire page with just one go. I mean, it's this is undo, this is highlighting, this is drawing, okay, and this is erase. But what if I want to like all right, Adobe people, if you are listening, or Is there any way that I don't know yet where I can simply just clear the entire page in one go and I don't have to go to this erase tool and do it one by one? See, that's because it's a bit tedious. Chalo, okay, we move on to question number 54. How many liters of pure acid are there in 8 liters of a 20% solution? Okay, so again we have learned one formula, and that formula is part upon whole into 100. So what part of acid do we have? That is 20%. So what is 20% of 8 liters? So I'll simply just 20 upon 100 into 8, 0, 0, cut. So 8 to the 16, so 1.6. So out of 8 liters, 1.6 liters is acid. So how much percentage is that? So part upon whole into 100. So part is 1.6, whole is 8 liters into 100. 8 to the 16, I think it should be 20%. Okay. This has given us percentage. Okay, they want liters. All right. So we have already calculated the answer, 1.6. I thought they were asking a percentage. Silly of me, but fine. Let's go to the next one. Okay. Raju buys goods worth 6650. He gets a rebate of 6% on it. Rebate is basically you get a refund. So he bought something for 6650 and then he gets a 6% rebate on it. After getting the rebate, he pays sales tax at 10%. Find the amount he will have to pay for the goods. Okay. Let's see the amount that he pays. So first of all, he gets a 6% rebate on this. So let us just deduct 6% from this amount. So that should give me 6650. This is the problem. Okay, 6% of this, so 6 upon 100 into 6650. 0 is cut. I'll multiply 665 by 6. 6 5 are 30. 6 6 are 36. 36 plus 3 is 39. 6 6 are 36. 36 plus 3 is again 39. Now 3990 upon 10. 399. So this is the amount that he will get back. Okay. So now what will he have to pay? It's basically a discount. So I'll subtract 399 from 6650. Let's see what we get. 6650 and 399. So if I subtract this, 10 minus 9 is 1. 9 plus 5 is 14. So I get 5 over here. 5 minus 3 is 2. 6251. Now he needs to pay this much. Now after getting the rebate, he pays sales tax. Now 10% of this is sales tax. So let us calculate 10% of this thing. 10 upon 100 multiplied by 6251. 0 cut. 625.1. And now I need to subtract this from the whole amount, that is 6251 subtract 625.1.0. Now if I must subtract this, 4 10 10 minus 1 9 point 10 minus 5 5 4 minus 2 2. Again, I get a 5 here, 5625.9. Okay. Okay, why have we not got the right answer? Okay, okay, he needs to pay, this is sales tax. We must add this. I'm sorry. I thought this was discount. This was the wrong step. It is sales tax at 10%. So we must add, he needs to pay a little bit more. So 6251 plus 625.1. 6876.1. Yes, so option number A. Okay, here we made a mathematical blunder. I subtracted sales tax. My mistake. What I did, what I was supposed to do was I must add the sales tax because it is over the rebate. Okay. All right. I think it is only after solving a few questions you realize you are, what are the errors, some errors that you make. There are some students who understand the concept properly but make calculation errors. There are some students who do not understand the concept properly, but they never make calculation errors. They're very careful with their calculations. So it's a mixed balance of both. Okay. All right, fine. Now we move further. I think, what is this, man? It's a highlighter. No, I don't want highlighter. Which one of the following shows the best percentage? Okay. What is a best percentage? I mean, you just multiply it by 100 and whichever whichever gives you a percentage without decimals, whichever gives you a perfect number should be the best percentage. Okay, we move on to the next one. Question number 57. Okay, in a class of 65 students and 4 teachers, each student got sweets that are 20% of the total number of students. In a class of 65 students, so there were total 65 students and 4 teachers. Now each student got sweets that are 20% of the total number of students. Okay, so there are total number of 65 students. Now each student, how many sweets will each student get? That is 20%. So 20 upon 100, 20% of 65. Okay, so 65 twos are 130. 130 upon 10 should give you, okay, I did not mean to. Yep. So 130 upon 10 should give you 13 sweets per student. And each teacher got sweets that are 40% of the total number of students. Now 40% of total number of students give you 40% of total number of students. 4 5s are 20, 6 4s are 24, 24 plus 2 should give you 26. Now each teacher will get 26 sweets. How many sweets are there? Okay, so if each student gets 13, what is the total number of sweets 65 students will get? Very simple, 65 multiplied by 13, 650, 3 5s are 15, 6 3s are 18, 18 plus 1 19. So this is 5, 9 plus 5 is 14, 6 plus 2 is 8. So students get 845 sweets. But wait, there are still teachers who are left. So each teacher will get 26 sweets. So there are 4 teachers. 6 4s are 24, 4 2s are 8, 8 plus 2 10, 104. So you must add 104 over here, 9, 4, 949. So 57. The answer for 57 is C. Calculate. These questions, they usually test your arithmetic ability. So whenever, try not to rush through these questions. Initially, when you are preparing, what students largely focus on is quickly just solving questions with tips and tricks. Tips and tricks only work if you have mastered the concept. You cannot straight away apply those tips and tricks that you learn in various YouTube videos or those channels that teach you shortcuts for mathematics. They work, but only after you have done enough questions with the long method. Do not straight away go into shortcuts. Okay, fine. And rather, if you know a shortcut, I would suggest use it as a check, not as the primary method of solving your questions. All right, we go to question number 58. A student scores 55% marks in 8 papers of 100 marks. The total number of marks are 800. Now he scores 55% of 800. He scores 15% of his total marks in English. How much does he score in English? So first of all, I must calculate the total number of marks that he has scored in 8 papers. So that is 55%. So 55 upon 100 into 800. So that should give me 8 5s are 40, 8 5s are 40, 40 plus 4, 44. 440 is the total number of marks that he has scored. Now out of the total number of marks that he has scored, 15% of his marks come from English. So I must calculate 15% of this. So 15 upon 100 into 440. What should that give you? That should give you 0, 4 5s are 20, 4 1s are 4, 4 plus 2 6. Now the same thing repeats. 660. Okay, now 660 upon 10, so that is 66. So 66 is the marks that he scored in English out of 100. Move on to the next one. I think what I can do is I can simply just open the Microsoft Whiteboard in another window, but I'll have to keep on switching. I wouldn't want that. All right, let's see we can always, yep, A B C D have so and so money. इतने पैसे लेके जाके वो मेले में जा रहे हैं, which is very good. I've also shot one of my vlogs in the Mela in my hometown, that is Rajkot. So do check out my vlogs if all the students are watching this video. A, B, C, D have 40, 50, 60, 70 respectively. When they go to visit a fair, A spends 18, B spends 21, C spends this, D spends this. Obviously, they are going to spend money. Who has done the highest expenditure proportionate to his resources? Okay, let's see if we can do this orally. A spends 18. So he's a little bit less, say, if he is having 40 rupees and he's spending 18, so little bit less than 50%. If it were 20, he would have spent 50%. So let's say he has spent somewhere close to 45%, roughly 45%, right? 45, 46. The next one is he has 50 rupees and he spends 21. This is again less than 50. I think they have thought this through. All right, then we must calculate each of them. The formula for this is X% of 40 is 18. Okay, this is for A. So X%, X upon 100 of is multiply 40 is equal to 18. Okay, now we take 10 on this side, 4 goes in the denominator, that is 18 multiplied by 10 upon 4. 2 2s are, 2 5s are, 2 9s are. So 9 5s are 45. He was spending close to 45%. The next fellow is spending 21. So X% of 50. X% of 50 should be 21. So what is that percent? X upon 100 multiplied by 50 is equal to 21. Okay, 5 2s are. So X will give you 21 multiplied by 2. That is 1 2s are 2, 2 2s are 4, 42%. Okay, so this fellow has spent 42%. And so on and so forth. You can use this method to calculate all the percentages, and whichever is the highest, you can take that option. Okay. We go on to the next question because the calculation will be rather lengthy. Okay. but you get the idea. This is the formula. If you try to mathematize questions into this formula, almost all percentage questions, they become easy. Let's go to question number 60 right now. A country follows a progressive taxation system under which income tax rate applicable varies for different slabs of income. A country follows a progressive taxation system under which the income tax rate applicable varies for different slabs of income. Total tax is computed by calculating the tax for each slab and adding them up. Income tax rate applicable varies by calculating. Okay, total tax is computed by calculating the tax for each slab and adding them up. The rates applicable are as follows. Okay, if my annual income is this, then what is the tax payable by me? Okay. If my annual income is this, I'll have to take this call. Wait. Okay, and we are back. I had to receive that call. That is why. Okay, now we let me. Where is it? Yeah. All right. A country follows a progressive. Where is the draw? A country follows a progressive taxation system under which income tax rate applicable varies for different slabs of income. Okay, for people who don't understand this progressive taxation system, you will in a few seconds. Total tax is computed by calculating for each slab, adding them, blah, blah, blah. The rates applicable are as follows. Okay, now if somebody who is having an income of 1,70,000, that is the annual income. Okay, what is the tax payable? Now what is this country following? That is progressive taxation system. Now what happens in the progressive taxation system? Now we have a fixed amount of 1,70,000, right? Now for the first, from 0 to 50,000, for this fellow there is no tax. So for the first 50,000, it will go away. Okay, the next is between 50 to 60,000, that is the next 10,000 on this. So that particular 10,000 rupees will be taxed at 10%. So 10% of 10,000 is 1,000 rupees. So now he's paying 1,000 rupees over here. Next, from 60,000 to 1,50,000, that is 90,000. Okay, he's paying 20% on that 90,000. Let me just write this down over here. 10,000, 90,000. Okay, so he's paying 20% on 90,000. 20 upon 100 into 90. Cancel these zeros. 9 2s are 18. And that's a little too much, don't you think? So he's paying 18,000 as a tax over here. All right. Now anything more than 1,50,000. How much is it more than 20,000? Again, so on that 20,000, what he'll pay? 30%. So 30 upon 100 multiplied by 20,000. 1 2 3 4. Okay. 0 0 cut. 0 0 cut. 3 2s are 6. 1 2 3. 6,000. So this is the tax that he pays progressively. Now how do I calculate what is the total tax? I'll simply just add all of these things. Okay, so 18 plus 6 is 24. 24 plus 1 is 25. So that gives you 25,000. Okay, what usually students end up doing is, since they think that this is 1,75,000 and this is anything more than 150 should be taxed at 30, they'll simply calculate 30% of this and mark the answer. They've already given that as an option as well. So you have to be careful before falling into these traps. Okay. Every once in a while you get such sort of a question. Now this is the simplest variety of this question, progressive taxation. Sometimes they will, introduce some rebate, that they'll get a rebate so and so, and in fact they'll just layer the calculations. It's not the difficulty that they're adding, they're simply just adding a layer of calculation. Okay, now we move to the 61st. 61st looks easy on the face of it, but again it's just calculation. So let that number be obviously x. Okay, so 40%, 40 upon 100, 60%, 60 upon 100 of 3/5 of x will give you 504. What is? Alright, so first we must find x. Obviously I'll cancel out this and this. Now I'll have to just arrange properly. 5 goes in the numerator, 100 goes in the numerator. So 504 into 5 into 100 upon 3, 6, 4. 3 into 6 into 4. This should be x. Okay, I can go with this as 25 fours are. One less thing to worry about. 6 8s are 48. 6 4s are 24. 3 2s are 6. 8 3s are 24. 28. So 28, 25, 5. You get that number. 28 multiplied by 25 multiplied by 5. Now what do they want? What is 25% of 2/5 of that number? 25% of 2/5. See, this is the problem. Space. Okay, let's see. 25%. 25% of 2/5 of that number, and that number is 28 into 25 into 5. 5 cut. Okay, 25 4s are 2 2s are 2 14s are. So 25 into 14 should be the answer. Let's see. 25 into 14. 25 multiplied by 14. 250. 25 4s are 100. 350. Is there an option of 350? Yes, there is. C. Okay, so whenever you see, let me just tell you, whenever you see questions where you have off like this, that is usually multiplication. If you want to remove this percentage sign, you can simply just divide it by 100 and follow the algebraic calculation methods, and you will get an answer. I think a lot of questions are based on a similar pattern. This goes divide by 100, this is multiplication, and then follow the same question. Oh, a lot of questions on this. This is also the same question. Same, divide by 100, this is multiplication, this is divide by 100, this is multiplication, and you just calculate. See, a lot of questions are on that particular method. Okay, let's see. I think people, yeah, if you watch news, you'll see that there was a recent bomb blast at Red Fort. All right. Let's see. 71 is 30% of 28% of 480. 30% of 28% of 480 is the same as, again, off. Off is multiplication. This becomes upon 100. This is multiplication. You simply just calculate. 30 upon 100 multiplied by 28 upon 100. 100 multiplied by 480. Now whatever answer that you get over here, match it with the options. Okay, This should be interesting. What is 25% of 25% equal to? So I think 25 upon 100 multiplied by 25 upon 100, that is 25 square is 625. You need 4 decimals, 0.0625. Option is B. What percent is 3% of 5%? Ooh, this is interesting. What percent is 3% of what percent? Because they're asking you to calculate percentage over here, not the exact value. What percent is 3% of 5%? Let me just try. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. 3 upon 5 multiplied by 100, 20. So there is a 60% option. Let me just check. 73. Let's check the answers. What is the answer for 73? 73 is D. It is correct. 60%.